Welcome back to our channel. My name is Teacher Smith and today we are going to play a very interesting game. The game is nothing but called as a magic square. So regarding this game, there is a question on our screen. Let's just have a look. The question says, put 1, 2, 3 and 4 in the mini Sudoku with no number repeated in row or a column. When I read the question says something, Sudoku. What is the meaning of the word Sudoku and what is row and what is a column here and how to fill in the numbers in this game. So let's try to understand what is the meaning of these three words before we proceed. So the first part is let's try to understand what is a row and what is a column. Let's take a simple example. Let's say there are some kids that are sitting. Now the kids are sitting. Rows and columns is nothing but a type of arrangement. For instance, when the kids sit, they sit side by side in a line. So this arrangement can be called as a row. For example, when we plant flowers, the other flower is just next to it. The other flower is just next to it. Have you seen flower on top of each other? No, right? It's just next to it in a line. So this can be termed as a row, that is in a line. Let me give you one more example. Let's say kids playing, running towards each other or standing in a line. That can be termed as in a row. So row is nothing but an arrangement in this line, and in this line. Whenever we have an arrangement in this line, we call it as a row. And row is nothing but arrangement in this line. Now, there is something else also that we call as row. That is nothing but boat. We call rowing a boat. Whenever we row a boat, the boat goes in which line? This way. Have you ever seen a boat going upward? Quite difficult, right? So whenever we go in this manner, it's called as a row. So if this is a row, what is a column then? We all have seen buildings like this, right? Now, column is nothing but a word which we call for the pillars that hold the building. For instance, this part that is highlighted over here, this one. So this part that is present here, the pillar. What is the arrangement of this pillar? Is this in this line? No, it's standing. It's in this line. So this arrangement, whenever things are kept in this arrangement, we call it in a column. So a column is nothing but something in this arrangement. For example, traffic lights. You can see 3 lights. Blinking, blinking, blinking. But what is the arrangement? It's not in this line. It's just vertical. For example, another, when we stack books on top of each other, it's in a line. For example, cups, when we place them on top of each other, it's in this line. So this arrangement of being in this line is called as a column. So this is nothing but called as a row and a column. Row, column, row, column. So now understanding this, let's try to understand what is a row and what is a column in a table. So whenever we have a table, let's say if there is a data in it, how can we term this in row? Whenever we talk about these parts, then we can call it as row. And whenever we call about this part that is in this arrangement, we call it as columns. So in a table, we can call this as rows and this as columns. So if this is rows and columns, let's try to understand the game. That is the rules of the game. Now the rule is pretty much simple. For example, let's say there is a number. There is a number in this game. So what we have to make sure is, whenever there's a number, that can't be a same number in the same row or same column. This means in the same row and same column, I can't put 2 again. Only once. So if I want to put 2, where else I can put 2? I can put 2 here. I can put 2 here, here, anywhere. But I can't put in the same row, same column. Same thing goes if I put 2 here. I can put here. I can put here in this region anywhere. I can put 2 in this region anywhere. I can put 2 in this region anywhere. And I can put 2 row in this arrangement anywhere. But I can't put 2 in the same row and in the same column. So this is the rule of the game. If you place any number, the same number can't be in the same row and same column. So the summary is no two numbers are in the same row or a column. So if this is the rule of the game, let's try to understand from a very basic game. The smallest one, that is a 2 times 2 mini Sudoku. So here we just have to put 1 and 2 in this mini Sudoku. And the question is, where the no two numbers are in the same row or column. This is the condition. So if there is 1 here, can I place 1 here? Of course not, it's the same row. Can I place 1 here? Of course not, same column. So I can't place 1 here, I can't place 1 here. So where else I can place 1 now again? Oh, here, remaining place. Now it's not just asking us to put 1. There is another number 2. Can I put 2 here then? Of course we can. We can't put 1, but we can put other numbers. And the same thing, can I put 2 here? Of course, it's not in the same row and same column of 2. So I can put 2 here. And in this way, we can fill in the numbers. Now here, this is just a small mini Sudoku. But what if the challenge gets bigger? The challenge is now 3 times 3. So let's see how we can fill the numbers here. Now the problem is, here there is 1. This means I can't put 1 here and I can't put 1 here. So the problem is which number to put here. It says I can put 1, 2 or 3. 3 numbers. This means I can have many options putting here and here. Which one to put? Pretty challenging because here there are 3 numbers. 1, 2, 3. Out of the 3 numbers, I don't know 2 of them. So pretty much difficult for me. But if you observe here, there are 2 numbers that are present here already. So this means 2 can't be here and 1 can't be here. So which is the only number I can put here? Of course, just 3. So I can put just 3 here. So now here, in this line, I have 3 here, 2 here. So which is the only number I can put here? Just 2. So here, the first thing that we can remember is, whenever there is one unknown, we can fill this one unknown first. Out of 3, let's say 2 is known, 1 is not known. I can fill this one first. So the summary for this is, fill first if there is only one unknown. Now regarding the other 2 parts, let's say for this one and this one. See, 2 is already here. So 2 can't be here in this line and 2 can't be here in this line. But there are other numbers also I can put. For example, I can put 3 here. I can put 1 also here. The same thing goes in the bottom also. Oh, here I can only put 3. Can I put 1? Of course not. 1 is already present here. 1 can't be in the same line. So here, 1 I can't put. So here what we can understand is, the only number that I can put here is, since 3 is here, 3 can't be here. So there is only 1 I can put. Now, I have 2 here, I have 1 here. Which is the only number I can put here? Yes, that is just 3. So what we can understand from this example is, this 2 I knew, but these 2 numbers I didn't understand what to put. So what did I do is, whenever there's 2 unknowns, I can just guess and check which one is suitable. So whenever there's 2 unknowns, guess and check. Now let's fill in the remaining number, that is 3, as we decided. And at the end, this one, which number to put? We have 1 here, we have 3 here. Which is the only number I can put? Just 2. And that's how we can fill this mini Sudoku of 3 times 3. So the rule of the games is quite clear. No 2 numbers can be in the same row and same column. And if you want to fill numbers, if there is 1 unknown, try to fill it first. If there's 2 unknown, guess and check. So understanding this, let's summarize this part. That is, if there is 1 unknown, fill first, 2 unknowns, guess and check. So let's try to apply the same things here when the challenge is difficult with 4 times 4. So here, the only thing that I know is, if there is 1 unknown, I should fill in first. Is there anywhere I can see there is 1 unknown? Pretty much difficult. So let's see how we can fill the 2 unknown parts. So now here, let's say the first column, that is I have 2 here, I have 3 here. So which is the only numbers I can put here? Oh, I can put either 1 here and I can put 4 here. Can I put 4 here? Oh, 4 is already here, so I can't put 4 in this line. So 4 doesn't belong here, so 4 I need to remove. So the only number that I can put here is nothing but just 1. So if 1 is here, 2 is here, 3 is here, which one we should fill first? Of course, the one unknown part. So here, 2 here, 1 here, 3 here, the only number belongs here is just 4. So that's how we can fill in the numbers. That is, if 2 unknowns, guess and check. Now moving on to this part here. I have 4 in this column. I have 1 in this column. So which are the only 2 numbers I can put here? Oh, if I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 and 1 is already here. So the only numbers I can put is 2 and 3. Can I put 2 here? Of course not. 2 is already here. Can't be in the same row. So the only number I can put here is 3. And now, if 3 is here, 4 is here, which is the only number that I can put here. Oh, 3, 4, 1. So the only number left is just 2. Lovely. And now, which one we should fill first? The first row, second row, third row, or fourth row? Oh, many students will say first, third, and fourth, because there is just one unknown. So, 2 is here, 3 is here, 4 is here. Only number I can put is just 1. Lovely. So, can I put numbers here? Oh, pretty much difficult because 2 unknowns. Let's just find out if there's 1 unknowns here. So, here, 3, 2, 1. Only number I can put is? Lovely. Just 4 that is here. And now, lastly, it's 4, 1, 3. So, only number I can put here is just 2. Now, let's try to fill in the blank. Here, in this part, this column has 4, 1 and 2. So, which is the only number I can put here? Just 3. What about here? 1 is here, 4 is here, 3 is here. The only number that belongs here is 2. And that's how we can complete even the 4 times 4 mini Sudoku. So no matter what the number is, there are just 2 things that we have to remember. If there's 1 unknown, fill it first. And if there's 2 unknowns, guess and check. So understanding this, let's summarize. To fill numbers, 1 unknown, fill first. If there's 2 unknown, then guess and check. Now understanding this, let's see our original question, the OG question. The question is, put 1, 2, 3 and 4 in the mini Sudoku with no number repeated in row or a column. Of course, we now are the masters of this rule. We know this game well now. Let's just see. So here the only thing that we have to pay attention on is 1 unknown, 2 unknowns. So is there any way where we can find out 1 unknown? Oh, let's say in this row, there are 2 unknowns. Here, 3 unknowns. Here, 3 unknowns. Here, 2 unknowns. Wow. In the first column, there are 2 of the following unknowns. Here, 3 unknowns. Here, 3 and here, 2. So, which one is better? Filling 3 unknowns first or 2 unknowns first? Of course, just 2 unknowns first. Let's try to fill it out. Now, 1 is here, 2 is here. Out of the numbers 1, 2, 3 and 4. If 1 and 2 is already occupied, which 2 numbers I can put? I can either put 3, I can either put 4. So here I can put either 3 or 4. Here I can put either 3 or 4. Now tell me one thing. Here can I put 3? Of course not. There is 3 here. In this line I can't put 3. So the only number belongs here is 4. Now here in this column, can I put 3? We can. Can I put 4? Oh, here there is 4 already present. So this column can't put 4. So the only number I can put here is 4 and 3. So let me erase off all the part and put the original numbers 4 and 3. Now we have filled these 2 parts. Moving on to the next row. Here I have 3 unknowns. Should I fill this part first? 3 unknowns, too many things. Better we try to find out 1 unknown. Let's see. So here there is 3, here there is 4. 3 and 4 is already occupied. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Where 3, 4 is already there. So which 2 numbers I can place here? Either 1 or 2. So regarding 1 and 2, I can put 1, 2 here. Can I put both the numbers? Can I put 1? Of course not. 1 is in this column. So 1 I can't place here. So the only number I can put here is 2. Now 2 is here, 3 is here, which is the only number I can put here. Just 1. And that's how we can fill this part. So now which one we should fill first? Here, row 2 has 3 unknowns. Row 3, 3 unknowns. Should I fill this first? Let's try to find out, is there some way option. Let's see columns. Column 1, how many unknowns? Just 1 unknown. And we know if there's 1 unknown, what should we do? Fill first. So 1 is here, 4 is here, 2 is here, which is the only number I can put in here. Perfect. Just 3. So here I can put just 3 present. And now, is there any other? Let's check column 2. 2 unknowns. Column 3. 2 unknowns. Column 4. How many unknowns? Oh, there's just 1 unknown. So 3 is here, 1 is here, 4 is here, which is the only number I can put here. Lovely. Just 2. And now, understanding this, we still have row or column. Either we check row or either we check column. It's still 2 unknown. And whenever there's 2 unknown, what is the only way to get out of this situation? Just guess and check. So let's just guess and check here. So 3 is here, 1 is here. So 3 and 1 is already occupied, which is the only 2 numbers I can put here. I can either put 2, I can either put 4. Can I put 4 here? Of course not. 4 is already here. So the only number I can put is 2. And now 3 is here, 2 is here, 1 is here. Only number I can put here is 4. So here, the only number, let me erase the wrong one. The only number that we can put here is just, the only number that we can put here is just 2. And now, let's check row. By row, we can see it's 4, 2, 2 unknowns. But if we check columns, oh, 4 is here, 2 is here, 3 is here. The only number I can put here is just 1. And lastly, 2 here, 4 here, 1 here. Only number left is just 3. And that's how we can complete the mini Sudoku challenge. So here, in this topic, what we learned is a very fascinating game about Sudoku. Normally, Sudoku is not this small. Sudoku is about 9 rows and 9 columns, which is pretty much big at this stage. But there are small mini Sudoku challenges like 2 times 2, 3 times 3, 4 times 4, 5 times 5, and so on. So we can first try to master the mini Sudokus, and then we can reach at one day a Sudoku level. So this video was all about understanding the rules of Sudoku and how we can tackle this type of questions. Now, if you have any other doubts, you can ask me via WhatsApp. Or else, this week on Friday, 15th of August, I'll be conducting a seminar for all the K2 and Primary 1 students. Students also with their parents. So, if you wanted to sign up for this seminar, you can scan this QR code. Scan this QR code, join the group. Any doubts can ask me, or if you want to join the seminar, can also join through this QR code. Now, it's my time, Teacher Smith, to sign off right now, but I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.